Let's get in our first guest for the day. We've got Amit Kukreja, who's a fee-only financial advisor and a certified financial transitionist. I like that last bit. Amit, thanks so much for taking the time. Essentially, what we're talking about is financial independence, right? It's not necessarily a new conversation or a new topic, but it is certainly interesting to talk about. What are your key learnings from this?
Yeah, I mean, financial independence or financial freedom is something that we have known for ages now. There's nothing new about it. The only thing is the pandemic has reinforced the significance of achieving financial independence. And if young people like millennials or Gen Z folks are thinking of financial independence, it is surprising for people of our age because we got to start thinking about it once we have crossed our age of 30, 35, or even 40. But young guys, if they are thinking from that point of view, so either they are already financially sufficient through the wealth that they have earned already, or they are financially sufficient because of what they have received from the parents, or some other factor that we don't know of. So yeah, I mean, pandemic has definitely triggered people to reprioritize what is it that they need in their lives, which is non-negotiable, and what is it that they need, which is nice to have. And based on the non-negotiable needs and nice to have needs, they are able to figure out in terms of jobs, in terms of relationships, in terms of quality of life, in terms of living lifestyle that they would like to maintain as they go through this change. And what is it that is needed in terms of absolute financial resources to be able to maintain that prioritized items in their lives. I would say it's a subtle nudge, and it's a very strong factor also that made people rethink the priorities in life in terms of all aspects, so various aspects that determine the quality of life that they are living.
Absolutely. Amit, now assume that I am one such individual. I would like to call myself young, and I'm sure a lot of my viewers will also fall into this bracket. We've got a lot of young viewers tuned in. Assume that they do want to retire early. I say retire early, but assume they want to stop working in the job that they currently are in, and they want to do what they love doing. What do they need to do? How do they achieve that goal?
Yeah. So I have a very basic statement to make. Life is an equation of constants and variables, right? So if you have a variable career situation, then you should definitely have a constant financial situation, which means your financial resources should be protected, they should be liquid, they should be tax efficient. Because if you're going through a big change of pursuing your passion and determining what is it that's going to make you happy, and that path itself will take some time until the clarity emerges, you need a constancy of income and portfolio. But if your job is stable, if there is a constancy of work situation or job situation, then you can take risk in your financial portfolio and live with the variable financial situation or a variable financial framework. So anytime you are changing any of these constants to variable or vice versa, you have to make sure that there is a constant and there is a variable. If you are thinking of pursuing a passion or a career based on your passion, you definitely need a cash flow to support your cost of living, right? Which means you should aim for establishing a fixed income portfolio and an equity income portfolio, which will determine through its passive income a cash flow because of which you will be able to make both ends meet until you figure out the source of revenues in your passion. So a simple function, I would say, if your cost of living is, let's say, 1 lakh rupee, and you need 12 lakh rupees for the entire year, and if the interest rate is 6% in a fixed deposit, you need a fixed amount of 2 crores. If you park 2 crores in a fixed deposit, the 2 crores will give you 12 lakh rupees per annum. And if you're able to make your cost of living sustain your lifestyle for 12 lakh rupees, then what you need today is a 2 crore of surplus that can be parked in a fixed deposit. Assumption is 6% FD. If the FD rates are lesser, explore debt funds, explore tax efficient, capital protected debt funds. There are many options in fixed income space that you can evaluate with an expert to see what is it that is required to take care of your expenses as you explore your purposeful business or a passion driven business, and until the cash flows are figured out in that way.
That's really interesting what you're saying, because for some people it would be their passion would be music. For other people, it would be art or painting or something like that. Not necessarily something that would be very remunerative. But having said that, you can still pursue hobbies or interests that could net you a little bit of money to keep things going, right? Because what I'm trying to get at is, just because you want to retire early, it doesn't really mean that you have to stop earning money, right, Amit?
That's correct. I mean, retirement doesn't mean you're stopping to live your life, which is earning financial resources for you. Retirement just means that you are trying to stop working for money and you're trying to do something different, which can be more linked to what makes you happy, what gives you a sense of belongingness, what gives you a nice intellectual stimulation, mental stimulation, overall well-being in terms of pursuing certain objectives through your passion-based venture or business or a job. It could be a new job as well. I mean, that's something that makes you happy, something that makes you brings more alignment in the way you want to live your life. And if the money comes, then it's a bonus. If you have already taken care of cost of living through a passive income portfolio, and if you're also earning money by pursuing something which is more purposeful and based on your passion, then that's a bonus that can be plowed back into your portfolio to create inflation beating returns, which will pay off in a longer term also.
Absolutely, and that really is the core of what you need to bear in mind if you are looking to get rid of those Monday blues forever. Amit, thank you so much for joining in and for taking us through that plan. And I hope that a lot of my viewers do decide to do that. And in case you have, and I'm talking to you, dear viewer, if you've got to tell us anything about this topic, if you'd like to give us your ideas, then write to us on any one of our social media platforms. I'm sure Amit also would be very happy to hear from you. Thank you so much once again, Amit, for taking the time.